Alrighty then, it's time for a KO game, and yes, this is with the Sated Devourer. Which one? And I gotta say this right now, I suck at KO, but I had to pick her, just because I didn't ban her. I was captain, I didn't ban her. I had to pick her because my teammate was getting angsty that she was up, and I might as well keep the peace. So I don't want to play her. I wasn't even prepared to play her, but I ended up playing her. I have attack speed, red attack speed quints, armor yellow, and magic resistance blues. Normally you'd want ability power blues or more attack speed on your blues. And my masteries are 2190. Now, consider this. I had no idea that Echo would even try to do this, Jungle Echo. But he invades me at level 2. Like, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then I just start trying to run. I run bottom because I thought my teammates might show up there, but to no avail. So I run towards my mid lane and I flash only in where I flashed the distance it would take for him to be in range of a turret if he got very greedy. He did, but unfortunately he got first blood, so he still came out ahead of it. So here's the thing is, I haven't been good at KO for pretty much ever. Her attack speed thing, I mean, not attack speed, her attack animation is just weird, and her reliance on the E is just very fiddly for me. I just can't use it properly. Also, I have been playing too much Heroes of Storm. An attack move in Heroes of Storm uses a click instead of shift click, and my god, have I been fucking that up a lot. Now, Sated Devourer has come in, and everyone's like, oh my god, Kayle is the most overpowered with Sated Devourer, and I gotta say, I agree, that shit's kind of crazy on her. And the enemy team knows this as well, so that's why they're trying to pressure me early game. One of the ways to counter any any farmer jungler, and if you pick Sated Devourer, a Devourer build, you are pretty much going to be a farm jungler, is to apply a lot of pressure. If you remember the triad of junglers, control beats gank, gank beats farm, and farm beats control. And the reason why gank beats farm is because they apply a lot of pressure to your lane mates, so much so that it stops you from farming because you have to help them, or else your teammates are just going to get buried. Like, let's say the enemy had a Lee Sin, and he kept ganking mid lane over and over and over, 3 kills, 4 kills, or whatever. Absolutely no way to save they would be able to farm properly or do anything. So he's basically a broken champion at that point. You know, no farm, no levels or anything. Even if I were to get farmed, I will still be sort of handicapped as if I wasn't a farm jungler, because my mid laner has basically been crippled. And oftentimes your mid laner tends to be able to contribute more to a team than even your ass, a farmed ass, could. So it's one of those things that you just can't let happen, even if you're trying just to farm forever. So my teammates early on are getting pressured, they're fighting, they're pinging for me, and they're saying, come help here, come help there. And I reluctantly have to help them because otherwise they'll just get pummeled. The enemy Echo is applying a lot of pressure early, and if he knew this was the right counter for Sated Devourer or any farm junglers, then I gotta give it props to him. He's very aggressive. In fact, they must have had a ward somewhere around my jungle because they saw that I was, or probably near the Scuttle Crab, they saw where I was there, and then they just beeline straight for the dragon. And that's kind of keeping me down. By the way, when it comes to Scuttle Crab, if you're a Sated Devourer, you need to control that shit because it gives you more stacks than just regular farm. Now, yeah, I know I screwed up my Q on that, and my ultimate's a tad late, but still at least we come out ahead on the Yasuo. I'm still trying to get used to playing Kayle again because I honestly don't like her. I don't like her for a jungle, and I don't really like her as a champion. And obviously, Sated Devourer made her strong, so just leaving her in the hands of your opponents can be a huge mistake. Although, again, the enemy Echo is doing the right play and pressuring me, so if you see the opponent pick a KO as first pick or something, you might as well pick someone who ganks ganks the lanes mercilessly, or someone who invades like a beast. By the way, there we kill Draven, and then we get super greedy and chase after the Morgana a little too far, so we come face to face with Echo. And the thing is, we knew Echo was there. We just got super greedy thinking that we could kill Morgana before he showed up. Then the Gnar shows up, and he dies too. So, you could see my team and I are quite behind here. We're fighting an uphill battle thus far. And to make matters worse, I don't even have a Sated Devourer yet, so I haven't reached my superpower spike yet. This little scene here is a little bit frustrating. We get this Draven plays it so smart. Like, he knows he's going to die, so he goes crazy on the Caitlyn. He knows if he turns around, he'll just die anyway, so at least maybe this way he can get a little kill out of it. If the Caitlyn had stood still, or at least run closer to me, she would have received my bubble and might have actually survived. That's some sweet, sweet lack of awareness right there. It's real pity. So, Kayle, she's always seen as one of the most problem champions of the game because of her hybridization, her insane power with just one button and shit. And you're gonna get to see that shit in this game too. Now watch this. I fuck it up. The bubble would have probably not ultimately saved her, but I shouldn't have fucked it up this badly. I tried using it on the Caitlyn, but Gnar's big fat dinosaur ass was in the way, so he ended up getting that shield. Is really embarrassing. So that was a huge fuck up on my part. Again, it probably wouldn't have saved her, but it's still not something that you should be screwing up on, right? Because it just makes you look stupid. Still though, I think that's the second last time my bubble is going to be used so poorly. And I'm building Nashor's Tooth, I'm building Blade of the Rune King, those kind of on-hit things. And after that, I kind of just don't know what to build on her. I'm kind of at loss. We catch Yasuo, and the enemy team decides even so the Yasuo is dead, they're still going to counterattack. That's why I left, because I thought, oh, they wouldn't counterattack this. But it turns out they do. They catch Thresh, they murder him, and watch this. Diana gets set upon, and I bubble her immediately because I know they're going to do a shitload of damage right off the bat. And all of it got nullified. So Diana's basically near full health, no mana of course. And after that, we just tear the enemy team to pieces. The Diana though goes up to melee range against Shen and gives him a kill. A kill she really didn't need to give him, because Shen would have died regardless. So I'll say this though, this Diana is apparently very drunk, and I do not support players playing when they're inebriated or just kind of not in the proper mindset. But I really wasn't going to make a big deal about it because I just kind of want to win this game. I didn't want to play Kayle, but my god, it's just like, I kind of just want to not embarrass myself further than I have. So I'm just trying to win it now. Because I think I was thinking in the game, when it comes to team fights, I'm probably going to fuck something up because I haven't played this champion in like 1,000 games. So, same thing here. I get set upon and I use the ultimate on myself to protect myself, and I tried taking the lantern to escape Morgana's bindings, but it didn't work out. In retrospect, I probably should have given the bubbles to the Diana, because she might have survived a bit longer, and when they were set upon me, they kind of had already used the majority of their abilities, so I wasn't going to die anytime soon. Still though, we managed to wipe out the entire enemy team, and this is the grandest advantage we've gained. As you can see, Blade of the Rune King has been taken, but I haven't really used its active yet, so that's kind of a shame on me. It's just kind of weird when you're using someone like a ranged character, well, quote-unquote ranged character like Kayle, and he didn't get close range with the Blade of the Rune King to try to nibble at their health. It's just awkward to use it. In retrospect, I shouldn't have bought that. The next item I'm buying is Guardian Angels, just to make it even more difficult to kill me. By the way, the enemy team got Baron, but unfortunately for them, half of them decided to back away, and the other half decided to fight to the death and pretty much lose Baron on 3 champions. And they're going to lose it on Yasuo here, and I could have bubbled the Thresh, but I figured I should hold on to it just in case something stupid happened, like Yasuo gets a ultimate on my squishy teammates and somehow comes close to killing them. So, we've sort of reset it. We made a small miniature comeback, but the game isn't over yet. I've reached my power spike, that's good, and the Diana is a force to be reckoned with. So right now, in my opinion, the game all relies on the little Gnar getting a good initiation and allowing me and Diana just to go to town. My teammates get caught because the Echo is just insanely, well, he's really, really horny for this, because he just chased all the way from his fountain to our turrets. And unfortunately for us, and fortunately for them, they wiped the floor with us. Diana decided to not come alongside me, and she just took Dragon and died for it. And we were pinging for them to go in that team fight over there near our blue side, and if they had actually fought that, we might have actually just turned it around anyways. So right now we're back to being a little bit behind, although in retrospect you can't really have, in replay you can't really tell. In the replay you could see that we still just have a tiny gold advantage. But speaking of bad team fights, here's another really, really shitty one. So my team is sort of divided here between a wall. Some of them go left, some of them go right. The Draven is here. I know I can kill the Draven if I catch him. However, there's a Shen nearby, so I can't just dive immediately because they'll both turn on me and murder me. So I'm waiting for the Shen to leave. Diana tries to initiate on the Shen. Thresh goes in, grabs Morgana, and the fight starts going in. However, the Nar's ultimate just ran off. He's no longer Mega Gnar, and that's a huge disadvantage. If the Mega Gnar was there, he could have set something up. Unfortunately, I managed to kill the Draven rather easily, and it does cost me a few resources. But sadly, the rest of my team dies, though. It's just they forced the fight there when we had lost Mega Gnar, and we were all a little bit split up. Draven might have died and been removed from the fight prior to that, but shit, that was just a really bad situation to be in. I got Guardian Angel now, so at least I can, avoid at least one death. So we initiate on Morgana, then the Yasuo puts up his windmill, and then he's going to get a little bit feisty here. But yeah, he gets feisty, he gets grabbed, and the fight begins anew. I just start shooting my E as much as possible, and here's where I fuck up my attack move. It's like, god damn you, Heroes of the Storm. I'm like walking around in circles. I'm not even attacking things half the time unless I'm standing still. It's like, I hate you, Heroes of the Storm, for getting me used to using attack move rather than shift move. Still, though, our damage is insane at this point, so we just grind them to dust. The Echo just gets picked off here by a sniper shot to the back. And the Morgana, I don't know why, I guess she just didn't realize that I went around and I managed to tag her with like you, so we get almost a complete wipe on them. As a result, we're able to get a Baron, and from then on, we just kind of regain the lead and hold on to it. You can see that the game is almost over, so there's about one more team fight ready to go. As far as Devourer Kayle goes, I suck at Kayle, and if I'm able just to stand there and tear the enemy to pieces without even trying, that's kind of telling you something. She's always had this problem of being a one-button goddess, but Jesus shit, it's just like with the Sated Devourer, once you build that, the power spike on Kayle is absurd. I don't know if she'll be competitive because honestly the stacking items aren't that competitive. So we're going to have to leave that up to the LCS players. But I can tell you in solo queue, if you get a hands on Kayle, you're taking time bomb. And that bomb is set on a short timer. Now watch this. Like the enemy team fell apart and the Echo still tries to go in for a kill. But of course Caitlyn has to do her police duties and gun down the running unarmed black man. Well, he has a weapon, but still though. We pick up the Draven last, and with that, it's pretty much a GG. Again, I recommend you pick Kayle if you can at least play her or know how to attack move properly, unlike I did. I mean, if I suck at her and I can tear out the enemy pieces, imagine what a good player can do. So hooray for Kayle, and holy shit, Sated Devourer.